Hey, it's Chaz here, and this video we're going to talk about how to check for duplicates and Possum. Of the two, Possum's going to be most troublesome. Duplicates less so, but it's still a good idea. If you find duplicates, you would recommend that they have them merged, or if you're doing a fulfilled service, then you would just have somebody that can help them merge them themselves. I'll show you how to find duplicates. I don't really look for them too hard. If they don't pop up easily, I'm not too worried about them. Google's pretty good at surfacing them in your dashboard if they are. Possum is obviously a much bigger issue. What is Possum? Possum is where there's another competitor within a nearby vicinity. Right now we're looking at about 2,000 feet seems to be the Possum filter radius. If there's a strong competitor within 2,000 feet of your listing who's relevant for this keyword search and or the category. So if they're competing either on the same keyword or the same category and they're stronger than you, chances are they're going to filter you out from being shown initially in the map results, which means you just don't get shown unless you zoom way in on the map. So obviously that's a big issue. Possum is most prevalent in certain industries that lawyers are common, doctors, dentists, they all kind of have their offices in the same building. Huge Possum issues. Where it affects contractors and home services a lot is if they're using Regis or virtual offices. That's terrible. Or if they're in a strip mall and there's an HVAC guy here and there's a plumber down there and they both do some of the same services and compete on some of the same words. So we're going to check, and here's how I check. The first thing I'm going to do is just go into Maps. Where I saved my address already, I can just back up one, start zooming in on my saved address. So this is it. I'm going to just start zooming it in, plus, keep zooming it in as far as I can go. All right, keep on zooming. You have to adjust this, you have to adjust it. Zoom. I'm going to go continue going right until everything starts popping. You can't go any further. Now there's a couple ways to do this. Here's 6159. So one of the ways you can do this is if you take your address, put it in here, and you would look for, in our case, what is a landscaper? So we would look for landscaper near, when you're zoomed in, 61498, whatever. And that would be the search term, literally, like landscaper near 61. And see what Google, it's going to kick you back out a little bit, but if there's some right around here, it'll show them. And you're looking for about 2,000 feet. There's another way when you're zoomed in, you can do search nearby. So you can do a nearby search. So search nearby landscaper. And it's a nearby search of this now. And you can see it kicked us back out a little bit. I have to move Pepper. This gets in your way sometimes when you're trying to do some of this. So let's zoom it back in. Where is 61? Kind of lost my position. That does happen sometimes. Here it is. So here it is. You see Advantage Landscape is definitely within that 2,000 feet range. So Advantage Landscape, I like to notate them. And so I can just grab them here. Like Advantage Landscape is definitely a Possum issue, most likely. 20 reviews. That's the URL string. I just saved it. I know that means a potential Possum issue. Let's just go back one to where we're zoomed in here. And I want to grab this address and I want to show you just another way to do it. Sometimes this, landscaper near, see what, again, it kicked us back out a little bit. Which one is that? That's not it. Oh, so here's all natural. Here's us, by the way. Now we're actually showing. What is this one? So that's a little bit further. So I don't see anything else. I'm going to zoom in one more time here just to make sure I'm not missing anything, because it is important. Finding that there's additional listings there could be an issue. We also know to remember that there was another landscaper using that address. They just don't have a verified listing, but they have a Yelp. So we do have that to contend with too. What are these? These are just, I don't see anything else that's popping right now. You could also do like landscape designer, like if you really think there's something going on. So what potentially could be happening? You're like, let's do landscape designer as well, just to see if anything else is popping. So here's Advantage, Nevada Turf Installers, On-Time Landscaping. That's pretty far out, I think, as well. Let's close this and zoom it in a little bit, just to make sure that's far enough away not to be concerned to us. So 2,000 feet. Yeah, there's nothing else really coming up too close in 2,000 feet. But there is Advantage Landscaping, potential possum issue that we discovered. And I would notate that. So we did discover a potential possum issue. How do you find duplicates? The easy way to find duplicates is what we already did on our name search. So if you take your name, All Natural Landscape, and do something like that, and you can see our listing here. But if we're trying to find duplicates, these are probably not duplicates. But so we would look for maybe other listings in Nevada, just to see if anything else is popping up here. And it's not, but normally something like this would trigger a duplicate. If you had duplicates coming, it would trigger something like this. You can also take the whole thing and plop it in here, just to make sure there's nothing else shown. But usually it's just going to be one when you do that. I don't think there's a duplicate to the listing. But there's definitely a potential possum, and there was several other issues we found so far. So that's how you check for possum and duplicates. Let me know if there's any questions about any of that. Thank you.